Welcome. Today we explore one of philosophy's greatest puzzles, the uncaused cause, which points to the very limits of what science can explain. We begin with the deepest question ever asked. Why is there something rather than nothing? Everything in our universe, from particles to galaxies, is governed by cause and effect, like a continuous line of falling dominoes. But if we trace that chain backward, a critical question emerges. Does this sequence stretch back forever, or does it have a true beginning? This concept of an endless past is known as infinite regress, and it presents a profound challenge to our understanding of reality. Infinite regress is the idea that the chain of causes extends endlessly into the past. For many philosophers, this idea is simply impossible. The puzzle is this. If the chain had no beginning, then no first domino was ever pushed. Yet something is happening right now. How can we have an effect without a complete set of prior causes? This leads us to one of the most compelling philosophical arguments against an infinite past, the Kalam Cosmological Argument. This critique was strongly advanced by the 12th century philosopher Abu Hamid Al-Ghazali. He challenged the ancient Greek belief in an eternal universe, arguing that the cosmos must have had a definitive beginning. His reasoning forms the basis of the Kalam argument. Whatever begins to exist has a cause. The universe began to exist. Therefore, the universe has a cause. Al-Ghazali differentiated between a potential infinite, like a process that can continue forever, and an actual infinite, a completed totality of infinite things existing all at once. If the past were eternal, an actual infinite number of events would have already occurred. To reach today would require completing an infinite sequence, a task philosophers argue is logically impossible. Consider the planet thought experiment. If Earth and Jupiter orbited for eternity, Earth would complete 13 times more orbits. This means one infinity is both equal to and greater than another, exposing a logical contradiction that an infinite past cannot exist. For centuries, this debate was purely philosophical. But then, modern science entered the story and provided observational evidence. Cosmological observations showed that the universe is expanding, leading back to the Big Bang, the moment space, time, and matter came into existence. Science, therefore, seemed to confirm the philosophical conclusion. The universe, indeed, had a beginning after all. If the universe began to exist, and an infinite regress is logically impossible, then we must conclude there is a first cause. This first cause must exist outside the chain of physical cause and effect that governs our universe. Philosophers define this entity as the unmoved mover, uncaused, timeless, immaterial, and powerful enough to initiate creation. Ultimately, this journey brings us to the boundary of reason and the limits of science itself. Science can beautifully explain how the universe works, but the question of the first cause, why it exists at all, lies beyond its domain. And so the ultimate, deepest question remains, why is there something rather than nothing? Thank you.